Hey, you. Welcome to Mad Sports. Let's get started.
And that's what I was going to talk about. I think that if they want to fix load management, they have to shorten the season by 10 games, 11 games. The reason being,
I can't disagree, but
they've
done it before.
You get rid of double headers, and the reason that the NFL is so important.
Have they added games recently?
No, but I don't. It hasn't been different since 1999, probably the 90s. The issue.
Well, you said that back-to-back games. Is that new, or is that how new?
No, but that's one of the biggest reasons that people sit out is because they play one game, they're not going to play back-to-back nights. The issue with the thing with the NFL, there's two things that are so different from the NFL and the NBA that make it better with this situation. Is one, there's 17 games.
Yeah,
every game matters, and so if you sit out a game. Look at Jalen Hurts. When he was injured, he sat out a game. They lost 2 games, and they almost lost first place. So that's important. The second thing is they only play once a week, right? And so because they only play once a week, they have the rest of the week to prepare.
And if they do play more than once, it's really rare.
Exactly. It's a Monday or it's a Sunday to a Thursday, right? So with the NBA, if you want to fix load management, you have to figure out a way to make them want to play more games. It's kind of like the All-Star game, right? You have to give them incentive to want to play and have it mean something other than home court advantage because they don't care.
That's going to be money.
The
that's
Clippers,
but come on.
That's going to be
their mindset right now is, we want home court advantage, but that's not as important to us as our stars being healthy.
They'll make it important to them as new players. Like I said, they're not going to do anything about LeBron James. They're not going to make him do anything.
That's what I was going to say,
as
though.
new
Like,
players
I can
come in,
understand
they're
it
going
for
to
the older guys. I can understand it for the guys that
To
are
a degree.
old. Like,
but he's also the face of the NBA still. So
yeah,
if he
but
does it.
I'm saying, for example, because we keep comparing it to other sports, we have last season with the Cardinals, Yachty, right? Yachty wasn't playing back-to-back games because Yachty was 38. Like, he's old. He's a catcher. His knees are going to die, right? So that is like you can look at that and be like, okay.
But then you look at Tom Brady, who's playing every game because it's so spread
but
out, right?
doing less.
Exactly.
Right? He's probably doing a little bit less.
But you're also in
but
Yachty's case, you're also looking at it's not just your knees. You're in that position for hours.
Yes. LeBron, I can see it a little bit more for somebody like LeBron because he's how old is he? 40?
39.
39. He's 39. He's been doing it for 20 years. The problem that I have is I know you probably have. Do you know how much money he puts into his body
on the off season?
No.
A year. Not even in the off season, just per year annually $1 million to his body. His personal trainers, his diet, his workout.
I'm pretty
regimen,
sure. I think that's off season. I think it's more during the year because I've heard off season is $1 million where he'll just
like he just puts.
I mean, he's got money
into his body,
right?
To make sure
and
that like he is taken care of.
He's never had an injury. Like I look at his teammate Anthony Davis, who jumps in the air,
sprained his ankle,
and touches his foot to a guy's leg. And is out for 3 weeks.
This is not an exaggeration. He was in the air. A guy ran by him, hit his toe, and his ankle was sprained. That's not an exaggeration. I'm gonna find it.
Also, something that a big thing I have a problem with. Okay, let's say that playing devil's advocate, load management makes all the sense in the world, and while the league sees how it makes sense, the fans can't, but like eventually it'll just be the norm. And what makes LeBron responding.
Hang on, sorry. I don't know
that video that I saw, right? Where he did you see that video that I was talking about? Where he pretends like he's got money.
Going like this.
Like
he's
that
like,
response. No. Can you imagine if like Kobe would have never responded like that?
Yeah.
Right? Like you can't even treat your fans that way. Like,
and I think he meant it more as I see where you're coming from, but I think he meant it more as a joke, which is the same thing.
But it's like at least ignore it.
And this is sad to say, but like you said, it's going to become the norm. People are going to have to get used to it if the NBA sees that it's benefiting their product. Because if it's benefiting the product, whether or not they're losing money from the fans, as time goes on, it's going to become normal. Yeah. And the money will start coming back in. Because if you put out product that's getting hurt all the time and not able to be on there, because this is what I was going to say about the All-Star game, and this runs perfectly into the LeBron conversation. Stephen A. said this, and I completely agree. LeBron James ruined All-Star weekend. He ruined the slam dunk contest, and he ruined the 3-point contest.
This year?
Forever.
Just period?
Michael Jordan performed in the dunk contest.
Mhm.
Kobe Bryant performed in both. They both performed
Are you
in
saying
both.
by not doing it?
Yes.
Yes.
LeBron James, his rookie year, and I don't remember who said this. I think it was Tim Legler. He was talking about how, sorry, it was Brian Windhorst. That's who it was. He was talking about how LeBron James, his rookie year, was not voted to an All-Star game, and he was mad, so he didn't perform in the All-Star weekend because he's being petty.
Yeah.
And he hasn't done it since. People want to see LeBron James in the dunk. I promise you, people want to see LeBron James in the dunk contest, especially when he was a rookie. People wanted to see Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan put on a show. Kobe Bryant. Yeah, you have some smaller name guys doing it, but you had Dominique Wilkins. You had Vince Carter, who's known as the king of the dunk. He was just a Tracy McGrady.
There's
you
a
have
couple
all
of
these
players
people.
right now in the league that
You
are
have-
doing that. That is just like,
But
what
that
do we do? Why?
But why is it? Because LeBron James ruined it. Because LeBron James isn't doing it. People now think it's okay. You, John Morant.
John
Who
Morant.
doesn't? Zion
Everybody wants
Williamson.
to see John Morant
Who
do the
doesn't want to see
dunk contest.
Zion Williamson, John
Donovan
Morant.
Mitchell should be doing it every year.
And we
John
have
Morant should be doing it every
and
year.
he did
Matt McClung
awesome.
now should be
He did
doing it every
awesome,
year.
But he
Mac
has not played a
McClung.
single
I'm sorry.
minute in the NBA,
He's in the G League.
which is fine. But I'd rather have you seen Jordan Gilligan, his videos?
Kilgannon.
Whatever. He's a dunker
Gosh.
on
Two
TikTok.
very
ever
different
seen him?
names. I don't think so.
He's
He is-
insane.
he's
Oh,
the
wait,
best
yes,
dunker.
I'd
Yeah,
rather
the
have
one
him
that-
in the
yeah,
dunk
yeah.
contest.
Put him in the dunk contest. Give me him. Give me J. Cole. Give me DK. And I'm
put
good.
them up put them up against the All Stars.
No,
No,
just
like,
in
I'm-
the dunk contest. Just,
I know.
No, I'm saying give
in
me
the dunk
no,
contest.
no,
put those
no.
guys and put LeBron.
No,
Put
because
it-
nobody stands a chance against Jordan Kilgannon. Nobody stands a chance.
My
That's
issue
how
with it
freaking
is that-
crazy he is. But put him.
You-
give me DK, and give me somebody else that's an athlete.
Metcalf?
And do it.
Yeah.
Yes,
He was dunking
DK
in the
Metcalf
celebrity
was
game.
dunking all up and down the All Star game.
yeah.
the issue is that people, especially in LeBron's case, because
do you think,
it
Donkey
went,
Kong?
it went.
I just was making sure there wasn't. Hey, there's a Kobe Bryant now in the
Here's the issue.
NBA or
It went
NFL,
from
and
Bill
Michael
Russell
Jordan, or
to
Michael
Kareem.
Jackson.
To Wilt, to Magic and Bird,
In what?
to Michael Jordan, to Kobe. All those people passed the torch on and actually cared about the brand of basketball. They
Were the
did
face
things
of
to
the sport.
they did things to help the brand of basketball.
In
The
their time,
All-Star
yeah.
weekend was these stars. The All-Star weekend, the purpose of the dunk contest and the three-point contest was to have the people who were in the game perform in these contests.
NBA is just full of divas.
Once LeBron became the face of the league, he set this precedent that you don't have to do it. And it's the same thing with load management. I agree that it
Wait,
makes
you're
more
saying
sense.
that they were picking from the All Stars
no,
to
I'm
do
saying
the events?
no, not necessarily.
They
that
should.
Not necessarily that everybody
If you
who
want to
was
play in the All Star game, you have to choose either do the 3
not
point. You have to
necessarily
do
that
the
everybody who
skill
was in
contest
the
or
game
dunk
was
contest.
doing the competitions, but for the most part, the people who were doing the competitions were actually playing in the game as well.
Okay, I get what you're saying.
If LeBron James, however, I get he's old, I get he's been playing, but if you're putting all this money into your body and you start load managing, that now allows for people under you, the next face of the league, whoever it is, to pass that torch on. LeBron James has ruined the All-Star weekend, and he has to be the one to put a stop to, because you heard Anthony
It's too
Edwards.
late now.
You heard Anthony. No, it's not. You heard Anthony
I
Edwards
mean,
come
LeBron's
out.
not going to go do the dunk contest now.
No, I'm not talking about the dunk contest. That's too late. I'm talking about load management. He has to put it into it.
I heard
you
what
heard
Anthony
Edwards
Edwards said.
talk about. He's played every game this year. He was an All-Star. He says exactly what we're saying. People need to be out doing their job and doing what they're supposed to do.
He said
fans
because
come
of the
out
fans.
and watch us.
He
I think I
said
saw
we
that.
come
LeBron
out
James
because
needs to
the
say
fans.
that.
LeBron needs to be the one
do
that's
it.
saying that.
He needs to be the one playing every game. You took 3 games off after the freaking record was broken.
That's not too late. He can come out and say, "Hey, I just want to apologize. I need to be playing more. Whatever. I need to be playing more. I know that
And-
people are coming out, especially how again, even if it was a joke or not, that video is pretty embarrassing.
Yeah.
Like that's a pretty embarrassing. Like LeBron probably like in reality, because I like to imagine that LeBron is a pretty
Yeah.
decent human being. I think he's stupid. I think that he has horrible opinions on things, but I'm pretty sure that he's a very
Lies a
decent
lot.
guy.
Genuine,
Very
nice,
decent
yeah.
guy. I have to believe that he probably went home and was like, you know what? That kind of sucked to hear. Like, that guy was genuinely pissed off that I wasn't playing because he brought – like, I've heard so many players. I've heard so many people that are like, I saved up to be able to take my kids to one game.
Yeah. He has to
you
be the one to
aren't
do it.
playing.
Nobody else right now can be the one to say load management has to change, because the issue is after the All-Star break, people say it's half the season. There's like 25 games left out of 82. So it's not half the season. No. This next stretch of basketball, everybody's going to be playing because, one, you want continuity with your team after the trade deadline, and there's 25 games left. For the Lakers, they're in 13th place. They have to make up space
They're worse than the
to
Jazz.
make the playoffs. And so, of course, now Kawhi's going to be playing every game. LeBron's going to be playing every game.
Didn't LeBron
So-
also, after he beat the record, stop playing that game?
No.
I don't think so. You may be right.
He
I don't
probably
remember.
played less in the game.
But it just
I mean, that's a...
and
You should be able
it
to
just-
look up
it
the game
bugs me. I
and
don't
his
think so
minutes
because
per quarter.
he should have. I don't think so.
I just think that there's a lot of
There's a lot
I think
wrong
that
with
I
the
think that the NBA is making a mistake, because I think there's a lot of young guys that are very willing to go out and play every single game for way less money because they want to go and do it. You know what I mean? And obviously you have to have your superstars, but those are the guys that are causing the problem. The superstars are the ones that are causing the problem. But it's the superstars that think that they're above everything.
Yeah.
Anthony Edwards right now is a superstar. He's
and
good.
that's what I was gonna say.
John
The issue
Morant is
is
still playing. He still plays. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure. I don't think there's a lot of load management there.
But the
Zion
issue
has
is
been
that-
hurt the whole time. But you still have give me Chris Paul is playing, Devin Booker's playing, Kyrie is playing when he's supposed to, and when he's doing better now. Luka, you get a little load management with Luka, but at the same time you don't where is that? Where's the fight in that a guy's like, hey, if I'm an owner, if I'm a player and the owner comes to me and is like, hey, you're not playing in this game, I'd be like, then why the hell are you paying me?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
But the issue is
Why are you
the
paying me?
regular season doesn't matter
That's the thing.
But
because they introduced
And that's why
because-
you're not going to get fans. That's why you're
because-
not going to get new fans, right? And that's why you're going to start losing fans. If the regular season doesn't matter, why am I watching?
exactly, and not a lot of people do.
So
And-
if it's only the postseason, or if it's only the last 25 games that matter, play 25 games.
Yeah, another issue is
or
that
just
they
starting
introduced.
from the beginning, you're in the postseason. Starting from the beginning.
Well, that I was
You're
going to say
in the postseason.
they introduced the play-in game, which now makes it matter less because now there's 10 teams that get it.
If you lose 10 games, you play until. If you lose 10 games, you're eliminated, and you play until there's somebody left. You lose 5 games, you're eliminated from the playoffs, and you play until whoever the last person is standing, who has 5 less, or whoever doesn't lose 5 games, is the champion of the season. I mean, that's so stupid. It's so stupid, but you have to do something to make the regular season games matter.
Yeah,
But that's the thing. In the MLB, how many games matter?
not a lot.
A lot, but not. I mean, not 100,
Probably,
not 162.
I mean, honestly, like
The
85 to 90.
not
Correct me if I'm wrong,
162
isn't it
games.
more-
85 to 90.
Isn't it more of the series? Like the series matter more than
In what?
individual game MLB,
Yeah,
right? So
just
it's like
for like
yes
if
and
you're,
no, just because it's just your division. But
yeah, but is that the same thing in NBA? Because I know there's 7-game series, right?
no,
Like,
No.
it's
series.
The
There's no
series,
series
what
in
are
the
you
regular
talking
season.
I'm just saying,
In the
like-
MLB during the regular season, there's series that you play against
Right.
teams. In the
and
NBA,
that
there's no
seems to-
series.
Again, from the outside looking in, when I hear people talk about it, it seems to be more of a conversation.
no.
when
I
it
think
comes
what
to
you're
series.
thinking
Like
is,
people are watching,
did I
like,
win this series versus them, so I'm better? No, that's not how it works.
When it comes to standings
if
in
it's
the
like
playoffs
if
and
there's
stuff.
3, if the Cardinals play the Braves in 3 different series, and the Cardinals win 2 of the 3 series, that doesn't mean anything.
The Braves
What it
could
means
still
is
have a
they
better
won More
record.
games.
Yeah.
That's the only reason.
And,
It do-
and
the
not,
series
not
themselves
necessarily
have anything
more
to do
games
with it.
because the Braves
Some
could
are
go
4,
and beat
some are 2.
the Braves could go and beat every other
Exactly.
team and have
So,
a better record.
no, the series
And there's no
doesn't matter.
series in the NBA regular season. It's just the 7-game series
But-
in the playoffs,
Well, then, yeah.
I don't know.
which is tricky because
there's not an easy answer to it.
No.
We don't own the NBA. That's a business.
They're gonna have a lot to look at.
But
though.
they
Like,
Another
have
tricky
to.
thing
and
is
you said
with
it
the
in the
playoffs-
offseason, it's going to be a big thing because
Yeah.
this is a huge conversation. I think next year's All-Star game is going to be. I think there's going to be a big shift. I
I
think
don't think so.
I think so. I think that if not, they're going to see the ratings go really far down.
They don't care, really.
I
The
mean,
biggest
yeah,
thing with
how
the
much
All-
money are you
The biggest
losing,
thing with
really?
the All-Star game is to get that city money. Like, how much money did Salt Lake City probably make this weekend? You know what I mean?
It was the busiest the airport's ever been in the history.
So my thing, and I'm just thinking about this. The issue with the playoffs,
Which is kind
the
of crazy
issue,
because the Olympics were here.
yeah, in 2002.
Yeah.
The issue with the playoffs is that
It's a lot
There's
bigger of
this-
an airport though. Too,
there's
now.
a 7-game series, right? And
Oh yeah.
it doesn't really matter because you get games at home. No matter what. No matter whether or not you win more games than the other team in the regular season, you get 3 games at home. That means you only have to win one other game on the road. And that's not super hard to do. It's obviously hard to do, but it's doable. And so that's what makes the regular season not matter as much, is the fact that in the playoffs, you for sure get games at home no matter what. And you just have to beat the team at one time on their home court, which you obviously believe you can do. And so whether it's changing the structure of the playoffs, more like baseball, where it's different series, different amounts of series for each.
Where it's like 3-game, 3-game, 5-game.
Yeah,
Or
probably
3-game,
5-game, 7, whatever it is. Or making it so that home team, I don't know, you just have to, that's the issue, is the people who have to come up with the solutions to these, it sucks for them because it's so
There's
hard
not
to think
gonna,
of
you're
a
not
good
going to make
solution.
because let's say they did.
You
say,
have to make somebody pissed off.
Yeah,
Somebody's
because
gonna
let's
be
say
pissed.
that you go and say, hey, if only the last 25 games matter, let's just do 25 games. A lot of fans would be pissed, right? Like a lot of people would be, you know what I mean? I don't know.